Today we're doing the Madden rebuild, but we can only do trades. No free agent signings, no draft picks, literally just trade. Put the 5 lowest overall teams in this world, and whatever team it lands on, we're gonna have 5 years to rebuild it. It's gonna be the Raiders, arguably probably the worst team we could have got. I mean, just look at our offense. Offensive line is terrible. We have probably the worst starting quarterback in the NFL currently. No real wide receiver weapons. At least we got Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty. The defensive side of the ball, we really don't have anything either besides for Max Crosby. Now, we usually knock out trades before the season starts. This time I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of the regular season because we're probably not going to have a great season anyway. And this will give a lot more value to those draft picks that we're going to have to trade to. Hopefully we don't win a single game and have the first overall pick because we can get a lot for that. Drum roll, please. We end up going 4-13. Obviously not good, but for our rebuild that is. We go to our draft picks. That means we have the second overall pick. Okay, I absolutely love that. We should get some big name talent with that. I think since our draft pick is at the highest overall value right now, that we need to go ahead and get our quarterback. We need somebody that his contract is not going to run out in the next 4 years, because once he becomes a free agent, we can't re-sign him. Maybe the 49ers will get rid of Brock. That should go through. Oh, it is very close to being it. Guess we'll have to add the second round pick too and see if that goes through. It still doesn't. What else do you need? Brock Purdy is honestly not that good. Add the third round pick in there as well, and it finally does go through. We got a new quarterback going for this Raiders franchise in Brock Purdy. Jeremy Chin is still a good player. I want him on our team. This is his final year on this contract, so we're going to go ahead and try to trade him. I would love to find a team that needs a strong safety and has a real true wide receiver one they want to get rid of. I think our best bet is to go with the Washington Commanders. Obviously, they have Terry McLaurin. The problem is he's at 91 overall. We're probably going to have to give up a lot more than just Jeremy Chin to get this deal to go through. Yeah, it's not even close. We go ahead and get Debo Samuel instead and worry about getting a wide receiver one later on. Yes, that does go through. We kind of took a downgrade a little bit, but we needed to get at least a decent wide receiver to help Brock Purdy out. Let's just use a couple of our day 3 draft picks to get another left guard and another center to build up the offensive line a little bit, so it's not terrible. Still kind of bad, but not anything that's going to get Brock Purdy killed. There's one more thing I want to do before we hop in the second season. Go to see what players are heading into free agency so we know who to trade, because once again, we can't re-sign any of these players. Tyree Wilson's a 76 overall, still pretty young, so we could probably actually get something for him. And Brock Bowers is going to be a free agent this year at a 96 overall. I thought the Raiders had already extended him, so I didn't think this was going to come so soon. We have to trade away one of our star players already. I guess as long as I take advantage of this opportunity and get some good players, it'll be all right. Now, we can do two things. We can get a lot of different players to fill up a lot of different positions, or get one really good guy. I think I'm going to go with the first option though. I cooked up a little something with the Baltimore Ravens. Our top 2 needs are defensive tackle and center. I'm trying to get Tyler Linderbaum and Matabuke. Oh, it's actually very close. Hey, a 4th round pick, and it should definitely go through this time. And it finally does. Yes, we straight our all-star tight end, but we do get 2 players that are going to fill some key roles on our team. I traded Tyree Wilson. I actually think I might have got a steal. I traded with the Ram for just a no-name wide receiver that's a 70 overall, but he was literally just drafted by the Rams. Dev is hitting, so it is a very low-key likely chance that he might be a star wide receiver. It's just that it hasn't got uncovered yet. And if that does happen, that's you. One last thing I want to do is go ahead and trade our first round pick for this year, because I actually think we're going to be a lot better than a lot of teams think. So while it has a higher overall value right now, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. It's crazy to think that we could get T. Higgins with just a first round pick. Oh, it is so close. Yeah, somebody like Jack Besham make it go through. It is even closer. You know what? Let's go ahead and add a couple of draft picks from next year and go ahead and get our true wide receiver one. Throw in a 3rd round pick, and it should go through. And yes, it does. T. Higgins, welcome to the Raiders. This is what our roster looks like heading into our second season. A lot better than the first season. I mean, we got some really good stars on our team. Brock Purdy, T. Higgins, Ashton Genty, Debo Samuel, Tyler Linderbaum on the offensive side. Defensive side of the ball still needs a lot of work, but I mean, I guess it is better with the addition of Matabuke. 82 overall team, 87 offense, and a 77 defense. Go ahead and send to the end of the regular season and see if we make it in the playoffs. And we do, with a 10-7 record. I knew I said that this was possible, but I'm actually really surprised inside. Brock Purdy didn't have a 4,000-yard season, but 24 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. Still a very good year. Ashton Genty didn't even have anything close to 1,000 yards. Actually very surprised by that, but our other running back got a lot of rushes as well. Don't really understand that unless Ashton Genty did get hurt somewhere in the season. Debo Samuel led us in receiving, and T. Higgins was 5th on the receivers list. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Might have to trade him back somewhere else if he keeps on like that. The last thing I want to check before we hop into our very first playoff game is to see how our sleeper wide receiver is doing. This dev is still hitting. I'm actually so interested to see how that works out. Here's how the playoff games are going to work. We're just going to hop into the fourth quarter to see how the team's doing and hopefully lead them to a victory. Just going to go ahead and tell you guys it's not looking the best. We are down 21-3 against the Buffalo Bills. I really don't think it's any saving to this game, but I'm at least going to try. Deebo Samuel's wide open. We get a first down. Oh, that's not even Deebo. That's Rice. That is Rice, and we already get a touchdown. Hold up here, God. Hold your horses. The fat lady hasn't sung yet. This game is not over. First of all, our defense absolutely needs to get a stop, but it doesn't happen. The Bills go down in the red zone now and end up scoring a field goal. Yes, it is still doable because it's only a 2-score game, but we only have 2 minutes left to do this. Rice was balling out, though. Can he get open on this one? It doesn't look like it. Just throw a little check down to Ashton Genty. He gets tackled. Yeah, we don't even have any timeouts neither. I highly doubt we're going to be able to come back. But I'm not building my team on just giving up. We're going to at least try to make this big comeback. Throw it deep downfield to number 80. I guess that's T-Bay's no good. Nobody's open. Scrambling around with Brock Purdy. We do pick up the first down, but he fumbles the ball. The Bills get it, so that's probably going to be game. And yes, it is. We end up losing a 24-10. No, we didn't even make it out of the first round, but just make it to the playoffs in general with this team in our second year is a success. I think we're taking the right steps forward. Let's start season rebuild. Let's go ahead and see what free agents we have. Jackson Powers Johnson is in the free agency. Madden at a 93 overall. Deebo Samuel is, as well as Ashton Genty. We have so much value to trade away this offseason, which is a good thing. I just don't want to trade players like Ashton Genty away that have been on our team since the beginning. And it's even crazier that it doesn't look like Genty's going to have a green tag with anybody. I mean, he's a 93 star running back. I guess just nobody wants to pay a running back nowadays. You know, trading him to the Bears for DeAndre Swift and defensive tackle Dexter at 84 overall. I'm not going to lie. I think I pulled the trigger a little too quickly. I feel like I could have got a lot more for him, but I guess it is what it is. And Deebo Samuel in a 4th round pick to the Giants for their right guard because we needed one. Since we got to trade away JPJ. Speaking of him, we traded him to the Bengals for a 82 overall left guard. So I think that's actually a really good trade. We needed a left guard. They're the same overall, and plus his contract is a lot longer. And then last but definitely not least, I'm not too excited about this one, but we got to trade him at Madubuike. Oh, actually it does go through. Okay, I think that's low-key a win. So here's what our offensive roster looks like in year 3. Definitely a lot less all-star talent, but I think it's more spread out than anything. And on the defensive side of the ball, I think I can say the same thing. We added Ivan Pace Jr., Dexter at defensive tackle. I know like I said, we have a less star talent, but it's a lot more spread out. We have an 84 overall team, 88 offense, 80 defense. Really don't know if we'll make it into the playoffs this year or not, but I guess let's go ahead and sim and see. And we went 8-9. That's a bad spot because our draft pick's not going to be high neither. Now that star talent, I really doubted we were going to make it this year though. Brock Purdy didn't have a 4,000 yard season. He was very close though. 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. DeAndre Swift had a 1,000-yard season. Some Ashton Genty couldn't do these last 2 years. And Don Wyatt led us in receiving yards with over 1,000. Okay, I told you guys that there was a chance that he was an all-star wide receiver, and it looks like it is paying off. T. Higgins had over 1,000 yards too. I know T. Higgins is a great wide receiver, but I'm still low-key thinking about trading him too, especially if Watt is being our wide receiver one. Let's actually see what Wyatt's overall is before I decide to trade him. The Watt is a 86 overall. Oh, that is actually very nice. To have a first, a second, and some late day 3 picks that we still have to get rid of. Trade him to the Browns for a strong safety that was an 84, a free safety that's an 80, and a defensive tackle that's an 85 overall too. Now that defensive tackle just got drafted very young. He should be an all-star talent, so he actually might be a 90-some overall before we end this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna have 2 years left on this rebuild, so it's time to buckle in. You really need a tight end because we have a 66 overall right now. We'd also love to work on our defense a little bit more, get a Mike linebacker and a right edge too. Linderbaum is set to be a free agent. Okay, T. Higgins we were thinking of getting rid of anyways. The left guard, defensive tackle, Gervon's, Dexter. Oh my goodness, honestly, there's so many players that looked ahead of free agency. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to trade all of them, and this is going to be the year that I'm looking to go all the way to the Super Bowl because I don't want to trade all these stars. So we're going to trade T. Higgins and a couple of draft picks and really go all in on this 4th year. The Browns just got rid of Myles Garrett through a trade in real life. Maybe they want to give him away in the game as well. This would be crazy, straight up 1-for-1. It's about halfway there. If we add our 1st round pick, oh, it's still right there. Okay, add a 3rd round pick in. I'm sorry, I might be overpaying, but this is an all-star talent that we're trying to get right now. Really close. You know what? Do the 2nd round pick instead of a 3rd, I guess. There's nothing I won't do to get Myles Garrett on this team. And it does go through. Myles Garrett, welcome to the Las Vegas Raiders. Going from one bad franchise to another one, but our defense should be absolutely amazing. Now, getting into our fourth season, this is what our offense looks like. Literally every spot is filled except for the tight end and right guard, but I think we can deal with those two positions not being filled. And here's the defensive side of the ball. Literally not one bad position either except for Mike linebacker. I really think if it's any year that we're going to want to make it to the playoffs, it is going to be this year because half of these players are going to be a free agent next year and we're not going to get nothing for them. Our fifth year is just going to be a dud. So we need to make it this year. So to the midseason point and see how this team is doing. We're 2-4. Yeah, it's not looking great. What is going on with this team right now? Looks like the offense is struggling while the defense is having one of the best years that it's ever had. You know what? We'll do one more trade in this fourth season and we're going to try to find a running back. We traded a haul for Saquon Barkley. Welcome to the Raiders, Saquon. Went 6-11 and missed the playoffs. How was the 87 overall team missing the playoffs? Actually really mad now, and this is probably actually over because all our free agents left and now we have a 74 overall team. Oh my goodness, look at this team. This offensive line is absolute dog crap. Like, we don't have a player above a 70 overall, including the tight end. Defensive side of the ball looks alright, I guess. Where did Max Crosby go? Did he retire? Because he was not on the free agent list. We're going to throw a Hail Mary up, send to the playoffs, and honestly just give up at this point. 2-15. I have no clue how we wanted that type of roster, but it is what it is. This was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I'll probably never do this again, but thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys out next time. Peace.